Hello, my dear curious and studious students of surgery. Myself, Dr. Mahesh Chaudhary. I am warm welcoming you in my surgery lecture series. This surgery lecture series contains entire surgery with anesthesia, with radiology, with orthopedic. So stay tuned with us. Let's start our surgery lecture series. Welcome, my dear students, in our surgery lecture number 125, that is the treatment of fracture. In this lecture, we will explore the general principles of the treatment of fracture, method of treatment, operative methods of fractures, and Elizarov technique. All these points are covered in this lecture. Now, first, the treatment of the fracture, general principles. There are three phases of the treatment of fractures, that is the phase 1 emergency care, phase 2 definitive care, and phase 3 rehabilitation. First, phase 1 emergency care. At the site of accident, splint them where they lie, the accidental persons. Relief of pain, prevention of further damage to skin, soft tissue, and neurovascular bundle. Prevention of fat embolism and hypovolemic shock, and transportation immediately in the hospital. This is the phase for emergency care should be taken in the first line of treatment in the fracture. In the emergency department, wound care, splintage, prophylactic antibiotics, tetanus prophylaxis, and analgesic, and X-ray, and wound care, that is the washing of the wound with the antiseptic solutions immediately to avoid the infections. Basic life support should be given. This is the emergency treatment should be performed in the casualty department. Now the phase 2, that is the definitive care. Philosophy of the fracture treatment is wound debridement and definitive wound management. Fundamental principles are reduction, immobilization, and preservation of functions. Now the methods of treatments are treatment of functional use of limb, treatment by reduction, treatment by immobilization, open reduction and internal fixation, nailing and plating. Reduction of fractures methods are close manipulation and continuous traction, open reduction. These are the reduction of fractures methods. Then immobilization of the fractures. Reason of immobilization, that is to prevent the displacement of angulation of fracture, to prevent movement that might interfere with the union, to relieve the pain. This is the reason for immobilization. Methods are conservative method and operative methods. These are the two methods of immobilization. Now, first is the conservative method: strapping, sling, cast immobilization, slab and cast. These are the two cast immobilization methods. Functional bracing, splints, and traction. These are the conservative methods. Now for the slab, plaster of Paris is used, that is the gypsum salt, CaSO4, and half H2O in dry form, that is dehydrated calcium. After wetting this CaSO4 and 2H2O due to exothermic reaction and irreversible. Now the complications of the plaster treatment are impairment of circulation, tight cast, master sores, excessive pain, fretfulness, disturbed sleep, recurrence of swelling over toes or fingers, low-grade fevers, soakage of the plaster. All these are the complications of the plaster treatment. Now, second method is the operative method for immobilization of the fractures, and these are the internal fixation. The methods for internal fixation are steel wire, Kessner wire, intramedullary nail, screws, plate and screws, special implants, and combinations of special implants and nailing plating, nail and plates. These are the internal fixation methods for operative methods in the immobilization, for the immobilization of the fracture. Now the external fixation. By external fixator, the fracture is held in the frame outside the limb. These are the another types of the external fixation for immobilization of the fracture externally to the limb. Now in the treatment of the fracture, that is the phase 3 rehabilitation of the fracture limb. Exercise during immobilization. After removal of immobilization, limb or patient mobilization should be used, that is the walker, sticks, etc., crutches, weight bearing, muscle reduction, and gait training. These are for the limb or the patient mobilization. These procedures should be followed. Traction is important in the fractures line of treatment. Types of traction are: for effectiveness, for any traction, a counter traction is necessary. These are the fixed traction and sliding tractions. Methods for applying traction, that is the skin traction, adhesive strap, or skeletal traction, wire or with the 10-1 pin. These are the method of the tractions. Now, recent advances in the treatment of fractures, that is the AO method. AO means Herbert's Gemeinschafts for Osteosynthesis Fragen, means Association for Osteosynthesis. Principles to achieve the stable fixation. First is the internal fragmentary compression. Second is the splinting internally or externally and combination of A and B. Dear students, here is the image on this slide you are watching. The image showing the interfragmentary compression by a nail, and second image showing the splinting and internally and externally and combination of A and B. The image C is showing. Now interfragmentary compression, that is the static compression, dynamic compression. Two types of compression is there, static and dynamic. Method of producing static compression: compression between two fragments of bone, lag screw, any threaded screw, or compression plating and external fixator. By these three methods, the static compression can be achieved by lag screw, compression plating and external fixator. Now the method of producing the dynamic compression: compression during use of limb, tension band wire, tension band plate and tension band fixation. This is the three types of the methods producing dynamic compression. Now the splinting, intramedullary splinting, extramedullary splinting and outside the body, that is the external fixator. Now the last point of this lecture are Elizarow's techniques. This technique is developed by the Gavril A. Elizarov, a Russian scientist. This is the ring fixator, specially designed fixation externally of the limb. Fracture for osteogenesis requirement dynamic state. This controlled the compression and dormant mesenchymal cells at the non-union gap, functional osteoblasts, bone synthesis and then fracture healing. This is the technique of the Elizarov for the treatment of fracture. Dear students, here is the image showing the fracture is compressed by the Elizarov technique, and this is the another image showing the limb lengthening by the Elizarov technique. Image A, B, C, D and E is showing stepwise Elizarov technique. Now the purpose of these Elizarov techniques are limb lengthening, non-union fracture, deformity correction, osteomyelitis and orthodesis. These are to achieve all these purposes. The Elizarov techniques are beneficial for limb lengthening, non-union fractures, deformity correction, for the osteomyelitis and arthrodesis. Now the symptoms of the fractures. General symptoms of fractures are swelling, tenderness, crepitations, loss of function, pain, deformity, unusual deformity, petechial hemorrhageal blisters and shock. All these are the common symptoms is generally found in the any fractures. Dear students, here is a very short notes on all these points, that is the general principles of the fracture treatment, methods of the treatment of fractures, operative methods, Elizarov techniques. These are the short notes. You should refer the textbook of orthopedic surgery. And here is the end of our surgery lecture number 125, that is the treatment of fracture. Thank you.